composition was based on chemical reactions, so they sought help from a scientist. The scientist analyzed the remaining drops of wine and reached a conclusion, successfully developing a replica.
That's amazing.
So we did it?
We did it!
Smith brought the fake wine to the tasting club. With trepidation, he popped the cork. After tasting it, the guests gave it extremely high praise. They had successfully covered everything up. Marge felt a mix of guilt and fear about this. Smith reassured her not to feel bad. The money the rich man paid for this bottle of wine was enough to buy every poor person in the world a bottle of good, affordable wine. His words struck a chord with Marge. If they sold a bottle of wine for $1 million, the proceeds could benefit the less fortunate. They immediately agreed and set their plan in motion. At the auction, collectors bid fiercely for the bottle, which ultimately sold for $2 million.
Going once, going twice, sold!
They beamed at the check in their hands. But the next moment, Marge and Smith were arrested for counterfeiting wine. Police escorted them to the patrol car. They were powerless to resist. They were detained in wine prison awaiting trial. Marge missed her family terribly. Meanwhile, Homer stepped up to shoulder the family responsibilities.
Try and put away. This is all my fault.
Lisa urged Homer to find a way to rescue Marge. Bart urged him to cover it up. After all, that was Homer's specialty. But this time, even Homer was stumped. He had learned the hard way about the consequences of hiding the truth. In court, Marge shared their story with the judge. Her heartfelt words moved everyone. The judge declared the fake wine genuine and acquitted them. Smith was stunned by the outcome. Then Burns stepped forward. It turned out he had bribed the judge.
You bribed her to save us?
I wasn't saving you, Smithers, and, your wife.
Because if that bottle had been exposed as fake, suspicion would have shifted toward the art collection.
Girl with the pearl nose ring. Or my Bible, signed by Jesus.
Yet all this was thanks to Homer. He was the one who alerted Burns to this possibility.
Homer, you
Covered it up.
Marge and Smith kept their promise. They used the money to build a children's hospital, sent art teachers to impoverished areas, and rescued the trapped ducks. However, all of this was a scene Homer had imagined. Unexpectedly, he really ran into Marge around the corner. Homer had to lie and say he was shopping for Maggie. This way, he managed to brush Marge off. Today, everyone was in the yard watching cheerleaders, but Homer wasn't there. Marge guessed he had gone to play cards again. She angrily came to the apartment to find Homer. Carl came to open the door and said he didn't know where Homer was. Marge left apologetically. Just as Marge was wondering where Homer could be, she heard Homer's voice from next door. After figuring out what had happened, Marge thought Homer had done a good deed and was pleased, but she wouldn't allow Homer to come here anymore. Homer was very disappointed and picked up little Homer to say goodbye. As he spoke, he actually started crying sadly. This softened Marge's heart. She agreed he could occasionally come visit little Homer. Homer was overjoyed. To take care of little Homer, Homer came home very late every day. Marge asked him what about his own children.
Ahead of you, Marge. I'm taking all 4 of my kids to the zoo tomorrow.
3!
Yes, we'll be back by 3. Homer has a very tight nap schedule.
Quit talking about that baby!
I was talking about myself in the third person.
Oh.
One day, Homer took 4 children to the zoo. Little Homer was very excited. Lisa bought ice cream for the 2 little ones. Little Homer directly took a bite of Maggie's ice cream. Maggie immediately slapped him. Homer quickly stopped Maggie and told her that family members shouldn't hurt each other.
Nuts, you can't even kiss me goodnight without slicing me with your stubble.
You little, I'll give you a goodnight kiss you'll never forget. You're tired, you...
Little Homer took the opportunity to take another bite of Maggie's ice cream. Maggie slapped him again. To cheer them both up, Homer went to the cage to tease the monkeys.
I have a soul, and you guys don't.
Little Homer took the opportunity to take another bite of Maggie's ice cream. This completely angered Maggie, but who knew he would actually get up and push the stroller away? He was even quite proud. Maggie was at a loss. Lisa quickly called for Homer. Bart said the stroller was heading toward Groundhog Hill. Seeing this, Homer quickly took out his keys. This finally distracted the monkeys. Maggie looked around and grabbed a dinosaur cane. She used the cane to catch the stroller's wheel. This managed to stop it at the very edge of Groundhog Hill. Marge rushed over and picked up Maggie with concern. Homer reluctantly sent little Homer away with tears in his eyes. He took little Homer back home, but Gretchen told him that Chase had returned.
Woohoo!
Homer had to hand little Homer over to his biological father. He asked them to let him say one final goodbye to little Homer. Gretchen handed the child to him.
The most beautiful words a father can hear.
But who knew the child actually wanted his biological father?
Hey, one day you'll have kids of your own.
I do.
Really? Then this is much creepier than I thought.
Homer drove home feeling very disappointed. Maggie pushed the stroller to meet him. Homer felt deeply sorry. Maggie gave him her beloved doll. Homer was deeply moved. The two hugged each other tightly. In Maggie's mind, Flanders holding a baby bottle transformed into Homer holding a beer bottle.